When you think of the roller coasters of Las Vegas, what immediately comes to mind? One of the first things that might come to mind would be the Big Apple coaster, the Adventure Dome with Candy Blaster or a Loco, or even something like Speed the Ride at NASCAR Cafe at the Old Sahara. Now, what is the oldest coaster of all of the ones that have ever existed in the entire Las Vegas or even Nevada? You may think, oh, that's pretty easy. That's Candy Blaster at Adventure Dome. Well, what if I told you that is actually not the oldest? That's right. Candy Blaster is not the first. It was actually simply called Roller Coaster at a park in Vegas called Funland. Now, if you've never heard of this place before, I don't blame you at all. Because if you try to look this place up, search up Funland Las Vegas, you're only going to find just one image of it. And it's just a concept painting, or concept drawing, I believe from 1961. It does show what it probably used to look like. Here's the thing though. This park and roller coaster only lasted between 1954 and 1955. Which is quite odd. It only lasted 1 year. That's it. Why? I'm not quite sure. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest with you though. It's hard to tell if this was an actual place. One of the only pieces of evidence that this place kind of existed is if you look on RCTV, the roller coaster database. You will find, if you simply search Las Vegas or even Nevada, you will find all the history of coasters that have ever existed in Nevada. There you can see at the very bottom, roller coaster opened in 1954, closed 1955. That's it right there. As you can see, unfortunately, there are absolutely no photos of this place except for that one image on the concept art. Well, by all means, I just thought this was interesting. Now, where was this park located? If you were to look online, it says that it was on Nellis and Boulder Highway. Well, if you look at that area with Google Earth, you will find Sam's Town and also a big Walmart. Now, it's quite hard to pinpoint where exactly this was, but if you were to look at the image of the concept art of the park, you can actually kind of align where you can kind of make out how it fits in these areas of land. Now, this front side, I would presume to be Nellis, because it wouldn't make very much sense to have the entrance be in front of the highway. It just doesn't make any sense. Another thing is, if you look to the right side of this image, you will see the parking lot. Now, it's kind of hard to tell with this area here on Google Earth. But if you look down at this little corner right here, you will actually find this rather interestingly placed drive-through ATM. It's a Bank of America drive-through ATM just sitting here for some reason. I find this quite interesting. Because why would you place this drive-through ATM right here, kind of detached from the rest of this shopping center? It just doesn't make any sense. Now, if we look at street view of this area, here you can see, yes, that is this thing here. But what I do find interesting, though, is that this actually perfectly fits with the parking lot in this concept art. It would just, if we were to look at the concept art, it kind of fits like right around here, somewhere over there. It's off. It's off the out of the art, but you get the idea. It makes sense. And if you look at the arrows on the road here, you can see there's a road that goes in, but to get out, you have to go through these toll booths, which is currently an ATM. So, I believe, I shouldn't say original because these are quite new, but this is where those old ticket booths for exiting the parking lot of the park would have been. It makes sense. Why else would you have it here? Why would you put an ATM here? If you were to go back in time, all the way to this, I believe, 1994, you can see that this area here is still there. Toll booths and everything. I just found that quite interesting. So yeah. So yes, I believe this was the actual original area where the old Funland used to be. Also, Retroscapes, if you're listening here, can you please add this roller coaster here? I just think it's interesting. It's a perfect opportunity. Awesome. Okay. Thank you for watching, and have a lovely day. Bye.